Hey there, my name is Dylan here for thearmorylife.com, and welcome to this video where we're going to be taking a look at this rather unusual holster and talking about some of its unique features. The holster that I'm talking about is this one right here. This is the PHLster Floodlight2. It is a Kydex inside the waistband concealment holster. Now, if you're familiar with this holster in any little bit whatsoever, you will notice that there's something that I have changed about it that makes a pretty obvious difference. We'll talk about that later. If you've already noticed it, don't worry, we will address it in this video. I'll go over that. But this is the PHLster holster, the PHLster Floodlight2. It is made by PHLster. This one, however, I think has some standout features that really do make it very unique. And so in this video, we're gonna be looking at those. First one is this weird groove-like wave sort of texture that you see here across the holster. This is what PHLster calls Comfortscape technology. This really does two things. The first thing that it does is it makes a very organic, smooth, natural feeling surface. So you'll notice this holster all the way around, there are no sharp, jagged edges here on the side. All the corners are rounded off. And as a result, it's a very comfortable holster to have against your body, no edges digging into you. The second thing that it does, and this does truly work, is these little grooves, they provide airflow. So it provides a little bit, if you can tell, across the waves here, there are deep ridges, and that allows air to circulate. And I will say, on a hot day, I have never pulled this holster out to take it off and it be drenched in sweat. Of course, I've had hot spots where I've had some sweat build up, but I've never had it just covered, where it's just got all of that sweat across the bottom of it. So that Comfortscape technology really does work. Now, the second, probably the biggest draw of this holster, I think, hands down, the biggest draw is the universality of this holster. And what I mean by it is this holster is really sold in two ways. So it can work with an X300 Surefire, or it can work with the TLR1 by Streamlight. And it really fits and indexes off of the light, not the handgun. And then you've got ample amount of room up here for optics or suppressor height sights or whatever, which means that you can now carry virtually any compact or full-size handgun as long as it has whatever the specified light for the holster is attached to the gun. So I use X300 Surefire, so if I attach just X300 Surefire to any gun in my collection, I've tried all of the guns in my collection, all of them will fit in here. So you can fit a 5-inch barrel, you can fit over a 5-inch barrel, you can fit a threaded barrel, a compensated barrel, doesn't really matter because we've got that open-ended thing. And you notice we've got this bungee cord system here. So this bungee cord system is actually used to be able to increase the retention of the holster. Here's a way to do it. We can pull this. It's got a little washer around it and a knot. So you pull it and you push it through that center loop. So this is how it was originally, and now here it is stretched and pulled through that loop. And I have increased pretty dramatically down there my retention level. Now here's the cool thing about that bungee system. When you find this holster in the store, it is going to come in a bag just like this. This is how you're gonna see it, probably hanging on a peg, of course. Now, it comes with a few accessories. Your little quick start guide here for QR codes, go to the manuals, and I will say PHLster puts out really great resources for that sort of thing too, as far as the instructions for this. Now, I got a little bag here of things I can change out. I've got a shorter mod wing right here, and then I've got a red bungee cable, and you noticed that I showed you, it had a gray one on it already. This red cable is a little bit more giving and a little bit longer than the gray cable. So what you are able to do, if you want to carry a double stack XD 10mm or 45, sometimes those holsters, in my experience, have been hard to find, and usually they are custom orders. Well, with the PHLster Floodlight2, it's not, as long as you're using the light. Take out your gray cable, put in your red cable, and you're gonna get a little added width, and now you can carry those extra wide handguns. So the universality of this holster and the way that it is able to meet a variety of needs with one investment is really remarkable, and it does work well. I don't think any of the features, like the Comfortscape or anything like that. The fit, of course, none of that is gimmicky. It has all worked really, really well. The holster clips have changed, as you can see here. If you go check the product page in the original of the PHLster Floodlight 2, you will notice that it has the discreet carry concepts clip on it. I prefer something like this. So I actually pulled clips off of one of my LAS concealment holsters and stuck it on this. The other thing that you will notice, when I purchased this, I actually picked up one of PHLster's, their modular wedge kit right here. And so this is a pretty cool concept. So on the back, it comes with an adhesive loop panel that just you stick and it goes in the wedges. You just press it down and everything like that. So I'm still getting that standoff distance that we talked about to relieve and cool your body down. And then it comes with all these wedges right here. So there's the wedge that I've been using. And if I open this up, you will see everything else that this comes with. So here's a bunch of different variety of wedges. And these are really akin to, if you're familiar with the interior padding on ballistic helmets, where you're able to kind of shape it for the way that your head is and what feels best. This is really a similar concept. So I found the one that worked for me. And when I put it on, I simply just found the spot where I wanted to stick it, make sure that all the Velcro little teeth are there in the loop, and now I've got my wedge. So now I say let's go ahead and take a look at some draws. I will do a test draw and some test fit for you so you can actually see when this holster is like on and how well it conceals. Okay, now I want to run through and show you some fits. So right here I've got the Emissary 1911 with the X300 Surefire. Go ahead and pop that in there. As you can see, fits just like before. There it is holstered, and here it is concealed. So this is how it looks concealed, just standing up straight. I think it conceals really well. And the draw, of course, is fine. Let's set this one to the side. Now let's do, right here I've got our Echelon with the X300 Surefire UA. There we go. Let's see how concealed it is. Probably printing there. Here's normal. This is a normal, just standing up straight with the X300 Surefire. So still good for drawing. Comes out nice and easy out of the holster. Now here's our Prodigy. Definitely the biggest pistol we've got here in the mix. Probably the heaviest as well. Got the RMR, 5-inch barrel. Let's see how it goes. Very nice. Doesn't print. And it is able to be drawn really easy right out of the holster. Now, I love the PHLster Floodlight 2. I am extremely glad that I made the purchase. It's got some very cool features that I don't believe are gimmicks. I think they work really well. I've been carrying it for 6 months and I love that holster. And for doing videos and things like this, it's wonderful because I can change firearms at a whim by just moving the light. So very, very awesome holster. You can tell a lot of thought and a lot of care went into creating this holster to give people one of the, in my opinion, the absolute best universal holster options on the market. A lot of the times, universal holsters don't work really well and they're kind of gimmicky. This one is not one of those. I have thoroughly enjoyed and will continue to carry the PHLster Floodlight 2.